Hello everyone, James here from JVC Paints. It's been a good 3+ weeks since I've put a video up, so I figured I'd show you where I'm at right now with my summer Stalingrad German Army, Pioneer Army. It's not finished, but I've been making some significant headway in it. But first up, I'd like to thank the subscriber who makes his subscription public, Matt Kahn, just recently subscribed to me. Thank you very much. Yeah, so let's get into it. I'll talk about these guys first, and then I have another project that I'll show you that I recently finished. So first up, yeah, I've got a sniper team. I'm using the prone guys from the Blitzkrieg German / Pioneer Assault Pioneer box from Warlord Games. As I've said many times before, I'm not a big fan of prone figures, but these guys turned out okay. So yeah, just basic run of the mill. I think in my list I've made them regular. But yeah, just a sniper. I've endeavored on, you'll see on a lot of these guys, because it's supposed to be a veteran army, I've given them rank patches and things like that, chevrons and whatnot. So behind them, I've got sort of like the first section. So I've got, again, I've used the prone guys there for the LMG team. We've got the cool guy there cutting some kind of wire. And then we also have the Unterofficer here. And again, I have endeavored to, he doesn't have the markings, but on the helmets, let me see if I can pick him up and turn him around here. My giant hand's in the way here. I think we can get it in here. Yeah, let me just hold him a bit clearer. You can see I've done the national shield on some of the helmets. So my idea is that if these guys are veteran, they would have rank and things like that on their sleeves. This guy, I probably did him first, so he didn't get one. But yeah, I've gone through and I've tried to do that. And on with the helmets, not all of the helmets, but on a few of the helmets, I've put the national shield and the eagle and things like that. The basing, I'm still kind of that. Those bricks to me now look way too red. But I do want to do a little bit more with the basing. But this is a kind of for now basing, I guess you could say. Next up is another section here. I've got 9 men here. I think on my list I've made them all 8. But yeah, some of the heads here have been pretty cool. They came with the pack. Some of them are not so great. I don't like the ones with the cloth covering that are supposed to be camo. So I've had to sort of use some mix and match heads, like this guy here with the MP38. That head's actually from the Waffen SS box. So, but yeah, it's been kind of cool. I've been really enjoying it. I've been reading a lot about Stalingrad, especially the sort of the big initial push in the August. These guys too, I've used a lot of the metal packs, which is great because it gives the figure sort of an extra weight. So if they're just riflemen, I've tried to give them those packs. But then if it's somebody else like this guy, he's got the cord for the communication back to battalion. On those kind of guys, I've kind of just left it open. But yeah, this is it so far. I've got a few other things on the go with these guys. I'll show them to you real quick, and then I'll show you my next project. So this is what I'm working on right now for this army. It's nothing, no great potatoes or anything. This is going to be the Leftenant, or the Oberleutnant. This figure and his radio guy here, they are from Great Escape Games. I got them from I won a raffle a few years ago. They're really nice figures. I'd never really looked at them until I started doing this army. I'm a big fan. I'm becoming a big fan of Great Escape Games. I ordered my next bolt action project, which is kind of a secret, but you'll see it hopefully in a few weeks here. So those are going to be the officers, the lieutenant and his helper. This figure, I don't know where I got this figure. It's a field marshal. I'm going to make him in a Von Paulus. It's not the greatest figure. As you can see, his ear on one side is gigantic, on the other side it isn't. And he's got a really sort of strange shape. He's got almost like Sloth from Goonies, his head. So I don't know. I don't think I'll be using him in the army, but I just thought, okay, this is it might be kind of cool as an objective piece. And then, again, just some Warlord MP40 guys here. This one has the metal arms. He's carrying big bags of grenades. So I've just finished the flesh on these guys today. Some other stuff I've been working on, unrelated to anything with the bolt action. This is from Westwind Miniatures. This is from their game Freebooter's Fate. So I've been working on this guy here for a while. And he's just been sort of sitting on my table. But he's coming along okay. I'm taking my time with this guy. It's a game that I played once. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll ever play it again, but the miniatures are absolutely fantastic. Really dynamic. I love that pose. And I've also been working on, slowly but surely, I'm getting through these Saxons. I've had these Saxons probably 3, 4 years, and I'm getting through them. I think I've got about 12 left to do. But I've got them on these little wood blocks, and I noticed this morning they were really waxy. I live in a jungle. I'll show you a picture of it here in a second. But yeah, I think it was mold or something like that. But yeah, so yeah, that's what's going on now on the painting disc. This is what's going on the painting disc right now. This is what happened, and I've got one other unit, but first I want to show you that jungle. Here's my jungle. This is my backyard. As you can see, it is actually a jungle. There's lots of trees. There's a derelict bathtub that my friend left here. There's the old garden. But yeah, and then I've got my fledgling tomato / eggplant farm over here. But yeah, things get kind of moldy here in the summer and gross. So as you can see from the banister here, it's pretty. No amount of power washing will fix this. So it's a mission. But anyway, let me show you that next project. Here is the next unit on my never-ending forever project of my Chaos Halfling Army. Chaos Halflings are not very popular on my channel. They get the least amount of views, but dag nabbit, I love them. So most of these are from Merleton Miniatures. A friend put in an order, and he got them, I think, just before the whole COVID thing kind of kicked off. The Lance Connect in the front there, he is from Wargames Foundry, sorry. So the idea is that this is Jack Von Ritter and his halfling band of no-goods. As a theme that I have in my Chaos Halfling Army, I always put a giant monster in there to fill up the spaces, because these guys die like flies. But the theme I went with here is just purple, black, and red. So the idea is that these guys are really, from some deep place, deep forest or glen, shire, I guess you could say, in the old country, and they're up to no good. But yeah, they were pretty good. I like these miniatures. My one big criticism would be maybe on some of the characters here, like the musician and the standard bearer, that the arms were really long. They had like these orangutan arms and giant hands. And yeah, man, the guy's holding the flute the wrong way. It just kind of grates me a little bit. But that's them. Almost made a terrible mistake today when I was spraying them down with the varnish. I grabbed the can of black primer and I was shaking it for about 2 minutes before I realized. And I haven't shown these guys ever. This would be the leader of the army. You might recognize that base from an old GW Chaos Champion. He's kind of custom made. He's just made out of shoulder pads and heads and things like that. I don't know if you can see his checkered pants, but yeah, he's the sort of the commander. And then this is the wizard. He's got the entrails of the goat that he's looking at the auspices of. So yeah, it's just a fun little army. I'm still into doing it for a game that I will never play ever again. But yeah, that's it for me, guys. Keep those brushes moving, and I hope to talk to you real soon. Take it easy. Bye-bye.